there, my name is Megan Sanders, and for my Failure Friday, I'm going to share a story that happened during the last couple of years of my PhD program. So my friend and I were working on a paper with two senior faculty members in our department. My friend and I were taking the lead on the analyses and writing up the results, and these faculty were offering guidance and support. And the data set that we were using is this huge national data set that tracks thousands of students across their time in high school and beyond. And in particular, what we were looking at was the relationship between motivation and grades in STEM classes, particularly for students with learning disabilities. So we ran our analyses, but then we got some really weird results. So the relationship that we found between motivation and performance in STEM was exactly the opposite of what we would have expected and what's been found in lots and lots of prior research up to this point. So we went and talked to the first of our senior faculty members, we went and talked to the second, we went and looked at our analyses again, and we couldn't find anything wrong. So we came up with an interesting explanation for our results, wrote them all up, and submitted the paper to the top journal in our field. Unsurprisingly, the paper was rejected. This was not unexpected. Papers typically go through multiple rounds of rejection. Also unsurprisingly, the reviewers said, you really need to take a closer look at these correlations to figure out what's going on. Okay, so I went back into the data again, and this time I saw it, and my stomach just sank and my cheeks flushed even if I was sitting alone in front of my computer. So what happened? In my analyses, I had assumed that higher numbers on these motivation variables indicated greater motivation. However, in this data set, it was actually the case that lower numbers on these motivation variables indicated greater motivation. Hence the fact that our results were completely backwards. So not only now was it the case that two graduate students had missed this mistake, two senior researchers had missed this mistake, but now I, one of these very embarrassed graduate students, now had to tell these two senior faculty members that we'd made kind of a really basic mistake in these analyses. At this point, though, I was really grateful that I only had to speak with those faculty members and not with the editor of the top journal in my field to say, so you know that paper that you published? We're actually gonna have to ask you to pull it because we made a really basic mistake. So we did end up talking with the senior faculty on our project. It was not a big deal. They weren't mad, they weren't disappointed. We kind of had a laugh and a head scratch about it, and then just dove right back into reanalyzing the data the correct way. So it's not often the case that I feel enormous relief when my work is rejected, but that is definitely the way that I felt in this case.